I can cut and chop things up, whatever it may be. Like I don't last time we talked, I kind of made it very like 3, 2, 1, go, we're live. But now I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I just keep it clean. But how are you? How are things going for you, Lainey? Before we get into today's episode, I want to remind you if you like the episode, give it a like, and if you really like it, subscribe. Let's dive in.
It's good. It's been busy, and I can't believe it's been 2 years since the last time we talked. I think of like who we were
Yeah.
back then. I think of your channel and all your growth, Drew. I love watching you just
Uh,
excel in everything you do. You are so amazing on every app and
uh,
inspiring, but also like this is intimidating for me because you're so professional and your content is so like dense and I don't know, important. I feel like it's not just like
uh.
frilly. So I get really nervous, but you're nice enough to never make me look like a noob. So I appreciate that.
Well, the crazy thing is, like, I'm also a little nervous. Obviously, like, you're freaking Laini Ozark. Like, everyone who I talk to knows. No, you have no idea. I've been in like some rooms where, I mentioned your name. Like, I remember because I live in New York now, but before we moved here, I was doing a talk with like all of these different people who work at YouTube and Google. And someone from like I was doing a talk and like there was an audience, someone in the audience was like, "Yo, Drew," or "Hey, Drew, like who are YouTubers that you love or like that you like to watch?" And I said, "Laini Ozark." And it was a woman who asked me this question, and this girl goes, "Oh my goodness, I love Lainey. Like you have no idea. You have no idea how much
Oh,
how far your voice touches. It's quite amazing. So, with that being said, I think we both know that, we're cool. No, we don't want to be too cocky, but I think it's safe to say like obviously like for the respect that you have for me, I have for you too. That's
oh,
important. That's
that's so
important to know.
sweet. Thank you.
You're
It
still in
means a
Michigan,
lot.
right?
Yes, yeah, back in Michigan because when we were talking about timing and stuff,
Yeah.
said Central Time, and I was like, does Drew still think I'm in Chicago? But no,
I don't
Michigan.
know. I
No,
don't
that's okay.
I don't know. I didn't know Michigan was east. I thought it was central too. I just didn't know, honestly.
Oh, okay. No, it does. You would think that it would be Central.
Yeah,
But yeah, Eastern Time
nice.
Zone.
And you're everything's going good for you so far. Like this week has been going well. Like how are things like for us in New York? The weather today was like amazing. Are
Oh my
things like that
gosh,
over there or is it
yes.
cold?
No, it is beautiful outside today. I've been outside all day with Lucy. She
Yeah.
literally only took a 20-minute nap because I think she knew the weather was
Mm,
so good. She wanted to get
yep.
outside. There
Yep.
was a stray cat outside. We had to go chase it. We had, like I was doing everything before I got here.
I love
So,
it. I love it. I
yeah,
love it. So today was a big Lucy day. I mean, obviously, it probably is every day.
every day. Yeah, every
Today
day
was a
is a
big Lucy
Lucy.
day. Like, come on now, Drew. What are we talking about?
Yes, 24/7 when I'm not filming, I am with that baby.
For sure. For sure. How has that been? How has it been, adjusting to motherhood and like becoming a mother and like obviously still working while being a mother? I feel like that's a great first question. And then we'll kind of get to intros and things like that. But I want to ask you that for sure. Like, how has that been?
Yeah, it's been amazing. The first year, I mean, it's hard. It's really, really hard just
Yeah.
transitioning. If anybody told me how hard it was going to be, I wouldn't have done it. But there's a reason you can't express it to somebody because then nobody would be a mom. That's what I think.
Yeah.
But luckily, Brandon, my boyfriend, substitute teaches. So when
Mm,
I need him at home, I'm like, hey, I got to go film. He's there for Lucy. He's
I
the
love that.
best dad. So
I love that.
that is the only way I can still work without like having a nanny or something, which I'm happy that it's just Brandon and I with Blue.
Honestly, I commend you and Brandon for like just I don't know. I feel like you guys' relationship is so awesome because I know you guys have been dating, been together for like a long, long time, right?
16, yeah.
That's crazy. Like that's
I
absolutely crazy. Literally your high school sweetheart and you guys are still like it still seems like you guys have that same level of like love and energy for each other and like I don't know, like in the movies and stuff, like when you have your kid or have a kid, sometimes things change and like I don't know, it just seems like you guys are doing great. I don't know, maybe obviously I'm projecting a little bit, but just from the outside in, everything looks pretty good.
it really is. And I think Brandon and I have always been good about like having our own thing and doing our own thing.
Yeah.
And maybe it seems like when I talk about him, we're like a very big unit, but like we have our own lives and then
Yeah.
Lucy and then our relationship. So I feel like that's like the best advice ever is just still be your own person. I mean, you have your long-term girlfriend too,
Yeah.
Lauren, so
She's back there,
you get
literally.
it.
She's a big fan of yours as well, actually, too. We talk, there's so much like my brain is going like a million different places. So I watched your video recently about male gaze versus female gaze and how like that entire video, like it was like it was a call out to Brandon, like basically like, well, I don't even know if Brandon would think this is the female gaze. Like, that was
Drew, I wanted to
hilarious.
like talk about you in that video, and I was like, I don't want to make him uncomfortable. Where like I only know three boys in my life, and I'm like, if I'm
Uh,
gonna say Drew is one of them, like I know you, but like I
yeah,
barely know.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
you know what
for
I
sure.
mean? I'm
Yeah,
like I can't
totally.
say like Brandon, my brother, and then Drew because he knows fashion, and I was like, I
Yep.
can't say that. That's so he would be watching and be like, that's weird, Lainey. Like
Yeah,
get this
no, yeah,
off.
probably not the best idea. Probably not the best idea. But that video was hilarious. And then literally I made like a real TikTok video about like the pose where you like have one leg kind of like catty corner to the other, like when you're
I
standing.
saw that.
And Lauren and I, we always call that the Laney pose because like we feel like you,
No.
I know it's not, you didn't start it,
It's so
obviously,
embarrassing.
but we call that the Laney pose because it's just like that's Lainey Ozark. That's like her signature.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Because now it's literally like a meme.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
big.
just do it out of like, I don't know, like I have to break that habit. I'm gonna stand in like ballet first position or something weird. Like it just I don't know.
Man, this is awesome. It's like I haven't it's like we've been talking every day for the last 2 years. So for the audience like doesn't know, literally 2 years, almost to the day, I had Lainey on the podcast. Lainey is someone like I've mentioned before who I've been a huge fan of over the last 3.5 years on YouTube, and then obviously I follow her everywhere else as well. And this is just like one of those episodes where two creators, two fashion people, people who are in the same world get to talk to each other. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But Lainey, for those who don't know who you are, who are like Drew, who is this girl that you have on this podcast right now? What is the story? Can you just give us like what your name is and kind of what you do, and then we'll obviously dive deeper.
Yeah, so obviously my name's Lainey. I went to, I guess starting there, I went to school at Grand Valley State, which is like a smaller school in Michigan, and I went for multimedia journalism. And when I was there, I started getting into further and further classes and had to get like an internship. And every place I would go, they said, you have no experience. And how are you supposed to get experience
Mm,
when you can't get a job? So I started making YouTube videos and I had literally no views. I had maybe 10 subscribers. It was my roommates and my family. And I had probably made like 150 videos without ever hitting 100 subscribers
wow.
and still never got an internship. And then I did this bedroom makeover video and it like went viral, whatever you want to say, as viral as it they did back then, not like a TikTok viral
It was
now.
it was different. It was different back in the day. It was not the same as TikTok virality. I'll tell you that.
Yes,
Mm,
so knew when that video was getting views. I remember I watched this Emma Chamberlain video because at that time too, it was like 2018, everyone was obsessed with her. And
mm,
she said she got big by posting every single day for a summer. So I was like, my video got 1,000 views. I have to post tomorrow. And then the next day it was a fashion video. And then I
mm.
just kept going with that. And I've been doing YouTube since 2019. Graduated college, still doing it. Never got an
Amazing.
internship.
Never needed to get the internship, but now I bet they would love to hire you. But now they can't.
I still doubt it. I don't think I could do it.
I love that as the entry point to the Lainey Ozark story on YouTube because I think for a lot of people, they look at particular YouTubers and they say, well, they got to where they are because of luck. Now, of course, there is a level of luck that's involved with like your video hitting the algorithm at the time it did and like then it hitting and like reaching a really large audience. But I don't think people know how much time and work you put into, after that video was doing well to actually be consistent. and make videos after that. Like not a lot of people know that part of the story, and I think it's a big part of the reason why, and still today, you're incredibly consistent. Like, oh man, like especially when you were going through your pregnancy and like videos were still coming out, and like Lauren and I would just sit back and just be like blown freaking away, like freaking blown away. Still to this day, it's one of the most impressive things I've ever seen a YouTuber do, who you'll never get the credit for it, but like I see it. We see it. Okay. Like well, you'll never get it, but like we see it. So I love that as an entry point. Um, I kind of want to, we'll get into the YouTube side of things, but I kind of want to kind of peel back the layers of you again. I remember the story you told about the room makeover video from last year when we talked. See, I'm getting nervous. I don't even know what I'm saying. Um,
No.
but I want to ask you, I have it on my question board because I know that there's been like a lot of big changes from the last time we talked. You have a kid now. You have a new home now. You have your studio now. Like, oh man, you're a true mogul at what you do. Um, let's just start with becoming a mother again. And we talked about this a little bit, but like overall, how are you feeling towards being a mother and creating on YouTube? And like maybe there's some like younger women or women who are listening to this and are like, damn, it just seems like if I want to have this goal of being creative, how do I balance that between being a mom if I want that in my future as well?
Yeah, I think a lot about I mean, I had a little girl and I want her to look up to her own mom and see that I was able to do all these things and follow my dreams. I literally used to tell everybody that I wanted to be a YouTuber all in high school, and it was kind of like a joke, but that was
Yeah.
what I wanted to do. I always say too, like if I wasn't a YouTuber and I was a mom, I don't know how I would keep going to work every day, but because I love my
Mm,
job so much, that's why I'm able to, kind of distance myself or at least have two separate people that I can be.
yeah.
Uh but it's being a mom is just so much work. I don't know how else to describe it. It
Mm,
literally becomes everything that you are and that you do. I mean, I feel like that's a duh. That's
yeah.
what people expect.
Yeah. What about like do you feel like you've gone through any mindset shifts? Like I don't know. For me, obviously, I one day hope to have kids with Lauren. Hope to have kids in just in general. Um, but like for right now, I am, the man that I am. I'm 26 years old. I'm in the midst of my 20s.
Mhm.
And I feel like there has been a shift for me in terms of a level of maturity from when I was 22, 23. And I don't know, like, do you feel like now that you're a mom, like your brain has developed in a like that's a very nerdy question, but like do you think you're changed like mentally? I don't know.
No, I totally get what you're saying. And I like, you always think that like once somebody's a mom, or like you think of your parents once they had you, like, oh, they were adults. No,
Mm.
my brain is still exactly the same. And sometimes I look at like Lucy and I'm like, I am a baby that had a baby. And I'm not even that young, like to have a baby. I'm 25.
Mm.
And people like think of that too, like, oh, was she an accident because Brandon and I aren't married and we didn't have a house, I was still living at home. And when
Mm.
I say no, they're like, what the heck? Well, what do you mean she wasn't an accident? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm like,
Uh
well, like for at this time, because I get to, do YouTube as work, I knew that I was going to be able to do more like mom things that were important to me, like breastfeed and
mm.
like hold her for her naps at the beginning. Drew, you're probably like, what the? Stop talking about this
I'm
stuff.
like,
I'm
yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
yeah, I
you
get
get it.
it.
Lauren will understand. Where's Lauren? I need to tell her.
Cheers.
But
Um,
right now that makes sense for me, and
yeah,
maybe YouTube isn't something I get to do in a few years, and that works better for me because Lucy will be in school and then I
yeah,
could go to work. And so for right now it makes sense for me. For other people I'm like, take your time, you don't need to have a baby soon.
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I want to ask you maybe something that's you don't have to answer this. This is maybe a bit more personal, but Lucy's name. I think you talked about this a little bit during the process, but like, can you maybe talk to us a little bit about like what inspired her name and like because I think that's like, in fashion, like products and product names are important to designers, but like we're not talking about a product here. We're talking about the life of a human being. It's something much grander, that will stick with them and kind of define their identity in a lot of ways. Like, can you talk to a little bit about like her name and what inspired her name?
Yeah, I am so weird with names. I can't just like talk to Brandon and we pick out like a random name and we're like, yeah, that sounds good. Like everything that I normally even like buy or like, going back into fashion, like I have to have some meaning to it of why I'm gonna keep it. Otherwise, I'm like, it's just another shirt on the shelf. I don't care.
Right.
That's the same thing. It's just another name. I don't care. So Brandon and my first like date ever, the first time we ever hung out, we were playing a song on his like iPhone and we listened to it over and over and over and it's so embarrassing. But it was LSD by ASAP Rocky. And so like that is our song. And I
I
always said
love
like
it.
if we ever did get married, like that would be our first dance song. And all the old people would be like screaming, like, what is wrong with them? This is why we're never getting married or having a wedding. And
Man.
so another word for LSD is Lucy. But it's not like
Mm.
she's named after the drug. She's named after the song. And she's not named after the song. I don't know. People get weird about that, but like
Yeah.
that's how we thought of
I
it.
love it. Honestly, I love it. Like that's like a special freaking story that you and Brandon have, and then like obviously as Lucy when she grows up and she learns, maybe or maybe she asks, like it'll be an awesome story to tell her as well.
Yeah.
So cool, amazing. So it's been a lot of work being a mom, but it seems like really fulfilling. And Brandon seems like he's continuing to be an amazing partner and like everything's coming together for you. It seems like not only that, but like, you have your studio now, which is awesome. You have your house now, which is awesome. How has it been kind of developing those spaces? Because I know that, like I said, you're an intentional person, like you care about the way things feel and look and are around you. Like, how has it been kind of creating the environment for those spaces?
Yeah, it's been really nice to differentiate the studio space of like what I need to look clean and crisp and like video ready.
Yeah.
I always worried about that with our house. Brandon is somebody who he likes things for functionality. Like if I put
Yeah.
a lamp somewhere where he's like, I'm gonna hit my head on this every day, and I'm like, but it's cute. He like will not let me have it.
Yeah.
So the house, gets to be cozy. It gets to feel like a place you want to grow up in and be comfortable in. And the studio, I get to keep a little bit more video ready.
Yeah, definitely. I think the studio is an awesome kind of arc in your YouTube journey because I think it really signifies that. Like I don't know. I think, when you're at home making videos, it's and when you're watching someone making videos like that, it's like very endearing. Like you like watch them, you're I know Lainey. Like this is her, like she's in her era of like we get to see her for like the come up. You know what I mean? Having a
Mhm.
studio now, every new subscriber who doesn't necessarily know that backstory of like in your childhood room or like in your parents' house with like the monitor you had up, like doing like little shot, like all the videos you used to make and like all the little like outfit videos I used to make, not little big videos I used to make. Like it's really cool to see the progression in that respect. Do you also feel like I don't know. Like, how do you feel about having your own studio now? Is it something where you're like, you kind of take a step back and you're like, damn, like I did that? Or is it just like, just another, like a part of the journey that you're just like, well, I mean, I'm here now, I'm doing it.
Oh my God, no. Every day I'm like, I literally think like I don't deserve that. Why do I have this space? I'm not utilizing it how somebody else would. Like, and I mean this in the like most endearing way, but I watch your content and I'm like, Drew would like deserve something like this. Or,
Um,
other people who like have this really high quality content and I'm like, I'm not even like editing like I used to, or, just because of time or stuff like that. So I
mm,
feel like that, but I share the space with Brandon. He has half, I have half, and he
amazing.
has his silk screen t-shirt printing area. So then
Mm,
I'm like, every time he's there, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, it's Brandon's too. Like that's okay. So I can keep it.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. That's awesome. I didn't know you guys shared it. And I mean, do you want to, because like, I feel like last time we didn't talk about it, Brandon, as much. I kind of want to know a little bit more about him as well. So you said he does substitute teaching and he obviously is a creative person as well. But then he also
Yeah.
does silk screen because he also made the prints for your
Those
latest t-shirt.
strawberry
Yeah,
t-shirts.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like what does he do creatively as well?
Yeah, he got really into t-shirt printing and like making all the screens, burning them, all that kind
Amazing.
of stuff because a random job he got like freshman year of college
Mm,
at a t-shirt company. And so now he does that. He photoshops, edits like all the little designs, and he is the most creative person I've ever met in my whole life. He
uh,
is the most the way his brain works, I've never met anyone like it.
mm,
I wish he would share more of what he does, but he is such a private person. He doesn't have any social media. He doesn't care if I say anything about him online,
yeah.
even the bad. He's like, say bad things about me. I want to see the comments. I'm like, no, people are mean online. He's like, I
They
don't
are.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's very creative. And then substitute teaching, I feel like that's almost another like outlet of getting creative ideas because kids say the craziest things and he will come home with the funniest stories and the way he reacts to them, like he is such a good teacher. He is so calm. He is
Yeah.
like if he walked into my class as like a high school student, he's got hand tattoos like all over him and he's silly looking, like his outfits. He doesn't look like a teacher. I would die laughing. Like I
Yeah.
would be obsessed.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
biased. Sorry.
I love it though. I love it. And it kind of makes sense. Like, you can school is just a whole different layer of things we can talk about, but you can gain inspiration, creative inspiration from literally anywhere. I was just talking about that with some of my friends. We were watching a show that we loved, that we got it from. And then like, of course, like if you're with kids who kids are a bit what's the word I'm looking for? Not nuanced. They're a bit innocent. Kids are innocent. Like even in high school,
Hmm.
you're innocent, right? So like you
Hmm.
just kind of say things. Like you just like if you think something, you say it, or if like something happens, like you react to it in a way that like if you have the context of information, like you just wouldn't do it. But like the fact that you don't have the context, like you get to learn something. So I love the fact that Brandon is like it seems like he really knows himself because
Oh
in
my
an
God, you couldn't have put it better.
yeah, because like in an era where people or everyone's telling everyone make content, go on social media, blah blah blah, be your own boss. Like it's not for everyone, I would say actually. Like there are people who if you know yourself, if you know what you value, you know what you want to bring to the world or to your community or to your own life, like
Hmm.
do the things that bring value to you. And that's the kind of person Brandon strikes me of, which is really cool that you guys have that kind of understanding of each other too.
I would love for you two to like do a podcast with Brandon. I'm
We should
getting
do
him
it.
in, not me. Oh my God, if I could talk him into it, I'll let you know. But
Okay.
he's so weird.
I love it. I love how I love how you talk about him too. Okay, cool. So man, Laini Ozark. So we kind of understand like Lainey's initial journey a little bit, but like, or how do I want to say? So you you started creating content as a result of the fact that you were looking to get an internship, right? And you didn't necessarily have uh the I'm lost of words again. What's the word I'm looking for, Lainey?
Experience?
Experience. You didn't necessarily have the experience, but you couldn't get the experience because you didn't have the experience. It's kind of like a spinning wheel of like self-fulfilling prophecy there. You started making videos, you made a lot of videos, and you weren't getting that much traction. Then you had your video that kind of hit the algorithm and started doing very well. And you started making more videos more consistently. Walk us through because now you're at the point where you're at 300,000 subscribers. You're very well known in the fashion YouTube space, and I think even outside of that, people who watch your videos are impressed by your personality, your ability to be really authentic. That's what I love about your videos is like just how real you are as a person. And then obviously your style is something that is very noteworthy. But like walk us through how you went from that viral video, that semi-viral video, to creating videos to now 300,000 because a viral video doesn't get you 300,000 subscribers. And I'm curious to hear what your response is.
So when I think back on YouTube and now comparing it to something like TikTok and how people, go viral so quickly and that you do get 300,000 followers on TikTok overnight.
Yeah.
And a lot of times on, I hate how much I say the word TikTok. Sometimes on TikTok, you see that like people, it doesn't translate. If they want to
Mm,
start a YouTube channel, they're only going to get 100 subscribers. They
mm,
want people on their Instagram. It just doesn't like flow like that.
yeah,
So I think the slow and steady is something that is really special to me.
yeah,
I feel like I really got to create relationships with the people who are following me. And then also with that, when I was posting those first couple videos after having the viral one, they would have a couple 10,000 views, something like that.
yeah,
And maybe I had 5,000 subscribers. And I was upset about it at the time. I was like, oh, I want more, right in that beginning. You're like, oh, I feel it. I'm so close. Like, keep come, 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 come. And now I look back at those videos and I'm like, thank God I didn't have more than 5,000 subscribers. Thank God I had to post 50 more videos before I got another subscriber
totally,
because you need that growth. You need to figure out what you want to post, what is important to you, who you want to express yourself as online. And those first videos, like some of the jokes I say, some of the things I say, I'm like, shut up, shut up, shut up. So bad. So yes, slow and steady, that's my motto. Maybe it is just me justifying being slow and steady, but I'm gonna say I meant to do it.
no, I think you make a very, very good point. I oftentimes people don't understand what it takes to be good at making videos. And even though like I would say you're like when I look back on videos I made 6 months ago, I say, damn, like how could I make the video like that? Like I'm so much better now. So imagine, over the course of 5 years, you have a viral video within the first year and that becomes the video that you're known for and no one ever cares about you after that video. I mean, that's not what you want. You want to be able to grow with the audience. You want to be able to show that okay, my skill set, my ability to present ideas, my ability to talk about fashion, my own style, like what you were wearing and what you like the videos you were making back then is totally different from what you care about now. And like it would be poor, like it'd be a bad decision to bank on one or two viral videos. And it's funny because it's the same for me. Like I would say that on YouTube, I think I have one video that has 1 million views, but it didn't get to 1 million views like overnight. It took like 8 months for the video to get to 1 million views. And when I look at that video, I'm like, I wish I could remake that video and put 1 million views on the remade version of it, just so everyone gets the full context of who I am.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
yes, that is so true.
yeah, yeah. That's a
Or
really no,
to
you're
be
good.
told like which video is gonna hit 1 million, because some videos I'm like, only my subscribers are gonna see this. Like I know they get me, and then it reaches that past point, and you're like, oh shoot, shoot, shoot.
When it reaches like the audience beyond the audience, where it's like
Yes,
not your people, and like
yes.
everyone is like coming for you in the comments, that's when you're like, Pump the brakes, homeboy, like relax."
Yes, yes, you get it. I know you do.
Yeah,
Especially you post so much on Instagram Reels and your Reels do so well. And
yeah.
I love your Reels. But I know that Instagram Reels get totally different comments than like a YouTube
Boy.
video.
Lainey, they come for me in the comments like
You're
no other.
strong.
I'll tell you a story really quick. I remember, and this is like no shade to this person, okay? But there was someone who, I don't know what exactly, I didn't really do anything to this person, but they apparently knew me from college. So I went to school, University of Denver, or didn't know me, but one of their friends knew me. And there's this restaurant that I love going to, like this taco Mexican restaurant called Uno Mas. Love Uno Mas. I'm plugging Uno Mas. Go to Uno Mas if you're in Denver, Pearl Street, South Pearl Street. Um, and someone at that restaurant who works there, apparently knows someone who went to the same school as me, who knew me or knew of me. And they had said that I left a 0 on the tip, something like that. And I was like, this is some, this has got to be so, like a troll or like this has got to be so bogus. But the guy who commented this, he was like, no, like my friend, he works there, he knows. And I was like, dude, I love Uno Mas. Like this is not how I would never leave a 0 on a tip at Uno Mas. This is like I've been to this restaurant like literally 30 times in my life. Like I've supported them so much. Long story short, like I handled it in such a way where I wasn't disrespectful. Like I was just like calm. I just said what I needed to be said, and he deleted the comment. But like I was like, damn, like
True, that's so funny.
all of that for what?
If that's the worst thing somebody can say about you, that just goes to show that you are the sweetest person ever.
Oh,
Like
I
a
try.
tip, and that's what they decide to like dig up your dirt. Oh my God, Drew,
That's the
you
dirt
should
they
have.
had on me. That's the dirt they
Yeah,
had on
you
me.
should have been like, I left a fat zeros and got into it.
But yeah,
That's so funny.
I apparently Laini Ozark is schooling me on a thing or two about how hate comments actually go down. Because I after that, like I've received some meaner things like that are I don't even want to say, but like I try not to read Instagram comments unless people are asking legit questions because it's just like the fodder is crazy on Instagram.
Instagram is crazy.
But
Instagram
what's
and TikTok, crazy comments.
crazy? What's funny though is that like when I'm scrolling on Instagram or TikTok, like I'll watch like the first 3 seconds of a video and then I'll just pull up the comments to see like
Yes. Yes, we need to stop. Do you know how many of those are bots, Drew? Like, I'm not even saying that as
oh
like
my
being a
gosh.
crazy. Like, Brandon always tells me, he's like, Lainey, that's a bot. Like, that is actually a bot comment. And at first I was like, you think I bought my followers? Like, I wasn't understanding what he was saying. I was like, how do you think, what? And I was like, no, he's right. They're bots.
You know what?
So,
There might be some truth behind that because some of the comments that I see, like, and you click on the person, and everyone says this, but it's true. Like, you click on the person, it's like they follow like 300 people, they have no followers, and they're like their profile picture is something so random that like you can't
yeah.
even explain it.
Yeah, it's
Um,
always something like really cute, like a Hello Kitty picture, and they're commenting something like horrible.
Horrible, horrible, literally. Um, anyways, after that sidetrack,
Sorry.
with YouTube, with YouTube. So, like I said, we talked 2 years ago, but like, would you say over the last 2 years, would you say that there's been a change, like in terms of how videos are being created and posted on YouTube? Or do you feel, I mean, yeah, I guess I'll ask that. Do you think there's been a change from how videos have been created and posted on YouTube from your standpoint and then the platform as a whole? What do you think?
Yeah, from my standpoint, especially once I found out I was pregnant, and obviously I found out I was pregnant, so before I told anybody,
Yeah.
I really decided I wanted to dial back and stop sharing so much, like even just vlog content or certain like clips of where I lived. I started getting, a lot more private. And
Yeah.
I actually love that I did that because I really like differentiating who I am in real life from who I am on YouTube. Not saying I'm like putting on a character, but I think of the people who are able to just like put on a character every time they turn on the camera.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's probably so much easier because when they get a hate comment, they're like, that's not even who I am.
Yeah. You
Because
don't even know
Drew,
me.
yeah, like like we're being ourselves, and then somebody says like you're so annoying, and you're like, God, I am so annoying. Like it really is. It's just me on camera. So I'm
Yeah.
fine with them coming for my personality, but I don't want them to come for anything about my life that doesn't just have to do with what I'm showing them. So
Yeah.
definitely that. And then even on YouTube, like vlogs died out. I feel like people don't really care for a day in the life on a YouTube as they would as like on a short form content.
I agree.
I don't know. It's crazy how much less YouTube videos we see. People don't post daily videos. Like Vlogmas literally died.
True.
People will post once a week or even once a month and do a lot more of a thought out, sit down kind of content. And I love that too, but I am greedy and I want to watch more YouTube videos. So,
Me too. Are you still like you still watch a lot of YouTube, right?
oh my God, yes. I
All
have
the
YouTube
time.
Premium. I am a
Same.
subscriber.
Same.
Yes.
After 2 years ago, after you said you had YouTube Premium, I got YouTube Premium immediately, and it changed my life. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, and literally, like, I'll have debates with people about Netflix, YouTube Premium, and HBO Max. I'm like, if you're down to your last $10, get YouTube Premium, my friend. Get YouTube Premium.
That's all I have. I don't have Netflix. I don't have any of that stuff. Only YouTube Premium.
I mean, YouTube Premium is the bee's knees. I do have to say so myself.
Okay, but don't you think that we should get it for free? Like after you hit a certain amount, like how much money have we made YouTube? I have to pay you $10 a month on top of it?
That's
No,
a
that gets me
great
heated.
point. That's a great point. And Lauren has asked me the same question. She's like, what? Do you have to pay for this? I was like, yeah. And she's like, That doesn't make any sense, like at all.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Are
Yeah,
we gonna
YouTube
start
should
getting
work.
sponsored by YouTube Premium? That's the next like sponsorship deal.
That would be like breaking the
A
fourth wall.
dream. A
That would be
dream.
like, this video is sponsored by YouTube. That would be awesome. I would that's on my bingo board. Like I would love to get sponsored by YouTube at one point.
Yeah,
But
you were like right there. You had your Google, that was
yeah.
Google, right? Where they flew you out, that whole
Yeah.
craziness. That was
Yeah.
amazing, Drew. I was
Thank
so
you.
proud of you. I was like crying. That
Uh,
was so cool.
that was a big, big moment. And to hear you say that like means a ton for me. And that's in that same opportunity, that's where I had the opportunity to talk with like different people. And that's what I brought up you. So like maybe there's something down the line for that. But like yeah, that was a big moment. What about you? What have been some of the more kind of like noteworthy moments that have happened on YouTube for you when it comes to not even partnerships? 'Cause I think partnerships are important for creators, but I think I don't know how you approach it, but like I don't know what's more important to you. Is it more important to make like a banger video or like make a good video that you love, or is it more important to like work with the brands that like mean like more from an industry standpoint?
I love this question because so many people ask me, like, what is your dream partnership? And before I would just be like, oh, well, like Adidas, or like, just say something that I thought was cool. And then somebody asked me when I was at New York Fashion Week 2 years ago,
Mm,
one of like kind of, I guess, an online friend, and she asked me what brand I wanted to work with. And in the midst of New York Fashion Week, I was not in my element. I wanted to go home. I was literally pregnant and nobody knew yet, and I didn't even know yet. So I was like, my emotions were crazy. I was like, I shouldn't be here.
mm,
But she asked me what my dream partnership was, and I was like, none. Like, I don't think that matters to me at all. I love being able to share cool brands and work with cool brands. But at the end of the day, that's what like funds me being able to be creative and think of cool video ideas. So definitely when I
totally.
think of like a different or an original video idea, something that I think will spark other creators to, feed off of, that is so much more important to me than being
Yeah.
this video is sponsored by whatever.
This is why I freaking love Laini Ozark right here. You have no idea. I feel 110% the same way. I feel 110% the same way. Obviously, brand partnerships are necessary
Hmm.
for being a creator. Just like any artist, they have to do projects with companies that pay their bills. Like that's just the way it works. But at the end of the day, like when you ask me what's a dream brand that I want to work with, I mean, not to get all like philosophical, but like in this world, like there are no brands that are squeaky clean. There are no brands that are like
You're so right.
completely embody what I am as an individual and what I represent.
Hmm.
I obviously want to work with brands that I think are on a closer scale to where I'm at, but like my goal is to be an inspiration to the people. The people. The people is what matters, not the companies. The people. The people, the people, the people.
I love it. You know what
And
I
it's
was
true.
thinking? Can like a YouTuber sponsor another YouTuber? Like, I'm gonna sponsor your video.
I mean, if you want to
I'm
pay me,
Yeah, yeah. Well, of course, I would have to. I'd be
I'm
your
just messing with you.
sponsor. No, but like
Yes.
that would be it. I'm like, that's who I want to be sponsored by. I want to
Yeah.
be sponsored by people I like,
That's
not a
actually
brand.
a really special idea. A YouTuber is sponsoring another YouTuber. This video is
You
sponsored by Laini Ozark.
and I would give you like what you have to say, your
My
brief.
deliverables. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, your deliverables. I would say, I want 3 Instagram stories, and you have to say how amazing I am, and
Oh
like
my
that'd be
gosh.
so funny.
That would be hilarious. We should start that. Actually, I don't know if I'm ready to pay because like I'm in a
Right.
position where I need to save my money, but at the same time, like that's a really, really fun idea where like you
Mr.
are
Beast is doing it probably.
supporting probably. Or I
I
mean
don't even know who that is.
Mr. Beast is some crazy doing some crazy stuff.
Oh, okay. I just know that he has a lot of money.
Yeah, Mr. Beast, yeah, he's an interesting guy. I've never really watched Mr. Beast videos. Have you?
No, 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 no. I
No.
just know the name as like a meme.
Yeah. He's like the number one YouTuber, quote unquote,
Yes.
like number one guy. Um, I don't know. I
Like
would
biggest, like past PewDiePie. I remember when PewDiePie was the biggest.
Yeah, PewDiePie. I don't know who's bigger, honestly. I remember PewDiePie being the biggest as well. But they're
Yeah.
kind of like in the same. Well, Mr. Beast does like crazy stuff, and I always thought PewDiePie is more of like a gamer.
Yes.
Um,
I
but
used to watch PewDiePie, which is so embarrassing.
same. I used to watch PewDiePie. I never really watched, I mean, I watched some of Mr. Beast's videos, but not very many. I used to watch like a lot of like sneaker YouTubers when I was like super young.
Yes, that makes
Um,
sense for you completely.
yeah, I was like big on like sneaker YouTube. And then I used to watch like basketball, like basketball guys like training or like going through workouts. Like that was my YouTube, early
That's
YouTube.
so funny. Oh my God. Did you,
Um,
that Drew, would he ever think that you would be wearing loafers and a tie day to day?
Never. Literally never. Never. Like I am a shell of myself. I don't
Uh,
myself doesn't know myself. Um, but yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I think people get it wrong. I think people think that we want like the brand aspect of it is the biggest thing for us, but it really isn't. I think
yeah.
the connection is the biggest thing, the creating
There
content that we
definitely
care
are
about.
people though.
Oh, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Um, no, 100%. There are people who like they get a certain brand deal and they start crying. And like that to them is very, very important. Where
Oh,
like I don't know if I could have that reaction myself, like, right?
yeah.
Um
It's more so like I'll call my mom and be like, "Oh, I got this brand deal coming up." And she's like, "That's so cool. I'm gonna go buy something right now." I'm like, "Wait for my code, mom."
wait for the code. You can
Yeah.
get 15-20% off.
No, she's
Um
easily influenced. No, she loves your podcast. After the first time when I was on it, that's how she found your podcast.
no way.
And she could not stop talking about your voice. She was like,
No
I could
way.
listen to him talk all the time. He has such a good voice. I love his podcast. You should go on it again. And I was like, okay,
Oh my
mom.
gosh. Shout
I
out to
didn't
Mama
tell her.
Ozark.
Yes, I didn't
Big
tell
shout
her,
out.
but she's gonna be so excited.
Yes, when this goes live, like right now, what's your mom's name? You don't say her name. Mama Ozark, if you're listening right now, like this is Drew. I'm saying hi, and I cannot wait to come to Michigan and eat some good meals with you, Brandon, Lucy. I'm bringing Lauren. Like it's gonna be a whole time, okay?
Oh my gosh, she's gonna fangirl.
I love it. I love it. So, Lainey, with YouTube, we keep getting off track.
I know, I'm so sorry.
Um, is there anything like, I mean, now that like you've made a lot of videos, how many videos have you made on YouTube? Over
Oh my
400, no?
What? I
How
can't
many is it?
look. I will spiral. If I think of how long I've talked online and how much I've said on the internet, that's so embarrassing.
I'm gonna look it up for you just so I can.
Can you just like put it on screen so you don't tell me?
Okay,
I'm
close
just
your
kidding.
ears for a second. You've made over 400 videos, which is crazy. Like that's your discography, like your body of work. It's incredibly impressive, Lainey, honestly.
No, think of my internet footprint, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
like when the AI voices come, they need a voice. They gonna take your voice. It's like
Oh no, that's so
no, they're gonna
scary.
take both of ours. It's fine. But I want to ask you, like, I mean, you made a lot of videos, and I've made a lot of videos too. But like, is there a part of making videos that you enjoy the most, and then is there a part that you enjoy the least? Maybe like talk on that a little bit too.
Yes, I always say this, but if I could hire an actor to be on screen, on camera, I would do that so quickly. Everyone's like, "Do you need an editor? I'll edit your videos." No, I love editing my videos. Get in front of the camera and start talking because the amount of caffeine it takes me to drink, the like pep talk, the songs I have to listen to like hype myself up to talk in like to the camera is insane. I was always really shy growing up. So the fact that I
Yeah.
sit and like don't shut up is crazy. Like even this, I had to drink, a Red Bull before coming here because and then I'm like, shut up, Lainey, stop talking. But my favorite part, which is I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say this, but I love brainstorming ideas. Ideally, like I would have somebody who wanted to be an influencer and I would brainstorm ideas with them. I would figure out what they were going to put
Right.
online and then I would edit their videos. They would just send everything into me. But when I have to think of a video idea, like I lay in bed, I turn off all the lights and I like don't listen to anything and I will just lay there until I come up with a video idea.
That's
So
really
that's my
cool.
favorite.
Nice. Nice, 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 nice. And when you're like thinking of ideas, because ideas is like when you get that good idea, like for me at least, like I get super excited about like wanting
Yeah.
to make that video. And then obviously you have to like get up and make it, and that's when the real issues arise. But like when you're thinking of ideas, like are there moments where you have like too many ideas or like give a lot of ideas coming in at one time? Do you like keep your ideas in a certain place, or are you a lot of times like because you create weekly, are you
Mhm.
creating and then you're always creating for the next video, the next upload, or do you like kind of store ideas too, or not really?
I have a whole list of ideas in my phone, like that Notion app, and just bullet points. And sometimes I write down bullet points of ideas and then I come back to it the next day and I'm like, what the heck was I talking about? Like this makes absolutely no sense. And in my head, it was a good idea.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, I kind of differentiated of am I gonna have to try on a bunch of outfits in front of a camera or can I sit down and talk? And normally like I'll tell Brandon when I'm leaving, like I'm only gonna be gone 2 hours. I'm just sitting in front of the camera and talking. Where if I'm doing an outfit video, I'm like, I'm gonna be gone for like 6 hours. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
figure out what I have the energy for that day and keep those lists going. But I normally run out of the sit down videos and get upset.
Totally, totally. And making outfits is actually like deceptively tiring. Like when you have to do like 20 outfits. I used to make videos that was like what, like 50 outfits for like I don't even know. Like some of your older videos were like so many outfits. And I when I look back at those videos, I'm like, how? Like making 50 outfits, even if it's like a slight change, like it's so tiring. So
It is the
tiring.
worst. One of those times I finished the 50th outfit. Brandon was in Chicago. He was staying over that weekend.
Mm,
And my tripod, like I was so tired that I like threw my shoe because I was like, like finally it hit my tripod, shattered my camera, and I just start like
stop.
scream crying because I thought all that was
Stop.
gone. When I would film like that, it was 10 hours. You'd watch the sun go down.
Jeez.
But luckily the card was fine. I had to get a new camera, which was horrible. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can't do those anymore for my own mental health.
Yeah, I've done less and less of them, and people are like, "Yo, Drew, why don't you do them again?" I'm like, "Bruh, even like doing 15 outfits, I'm freaking dog tired after I make the video."
Also, who needs 50 outfits? I'm sorry, but like even one season, you're not wearing 50 outfits. I don't care what you say.
True,
Like
true.
we're never wearing that many.
I outfit repeat on many
Yes.
a days, on most of
Yes.
days.
Hmm.
Something that I want to touch on that I just remembered. You made a point that like YouTube has changed over the last 2 years where people aren't vlogging as much. People aren't showing day in the lives. You have a lot more people doing like video essays or like just talking head videos, as I like to call them, or people like to call them. And I think that, and I kind of want to like, I think that the reason why that is, I want to touch on that for a second too, is that like, for one, there seems to be a lot more folks creating YouTube videos. A lot more folks just creating videos, right? So I'm not
Hmm.
necessarily sure why that would necessarily lead to more talking head videos and like kind of video essay videos, but for whatever reason, like that's what it seems like the audience wants right now. There's a bit of fatigue for vlogs for whatever reason. And
Yeah.
even like the biggest vloggers, they don't really vlog anymore. And if you are a big vlogger, then like you're probably doing fine, but like it's just much more difficult to like make a name out of vlogging because also there's like everyone's seen it all. Like everyone's
Yes.
seen like people going to New York, people going to Fashion Week, and even beyond that, everyone's seen like people going to like London, Italy, France, like Paris vlogs. Like all these things are like very, very popular and very, very, kind of done. And how many times can you see the Arc de Triomphe for like different things around the world that have been like shot over and over and over again? And I think I don't know. I feel like I had to get that off my chest. I think people want more ideas now because there is so much like aspirational vlog content that's been created. If you want to watch that, it's there, but like it's just
Fair.
not like what's driving the platform.
Yeah, that's so true. I've never thought about that. Like you said, though, more people making videos. Something when somebody comes to me and says they want to be like a YouTuber or a TikToker or something like that, they're like, "Oh, how should I start?" I always say like, "Don't make a vlog. Like people don't care about you yet. You need to provide something. I'm going to teach you something or I'm going to entertain you, but I'm not going to entertain you by showing you how I make my coffee in the morning." Um,
Totally. The only
so
Go ahead. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to
no,
interrupt.
you go ahead. You go ahead. You're so good about not interrupting people. I need to take notes because I feel like I interrupt a lot. So,
No. You're fine. What I was gonna say is that I think that, the only way you're gonna make a vlog and like have it be the first or second video as if you already are some kind of celebrity.
Yes,
Because
yes,
people care
exactly.
about celebrities, but like if you literally are not an actor, actress, famous
Mhm.
musician, artist, someone like that, like no one will ever give two shits about you making coffee or going anywhere.
Yeah.
Even I don't know, do you know this TikToker named Noah Beck?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, good. We're on the same page.
Okay. Well, the way you were going into it, I was like, I don't know any TikToker, but okay, yeah,
Do you
I
know
know
Noah
him.
Beck? Noah Beck. I don't really watch a lot of Noah Beck, but I know he's pretty big on TikTok, right?
Okay.
I've noticed that. I mean, I don't like I don't follow these people, but like I'm in the world, so like I know about them. Charlie D'Amelio's, the
Yeah.
D'Amelio's, Noah Beck's, the Madison Beers, the who's the other guy? I forget his name, whatever. Noah Beck, he's pretty big on TikTok. Probably has a couple million. I don't know how many followers he has, but I've noticed he started to make YouTube videos. And sometimes they pop up on my like YouTube Explore, whatever it's called, homepage, whatever it is. And the difference between the view counts on his YouTube videos and his TikToks is staggering. Just like how you were talking about earlier. It's like staggering because like
Yeah.
he'll get millions of views on every single TikTok. But his like YouTube vlogs, which are more like day in the life vlogs, obviously, like they get 20, 30, 40,000 views and like that's still really good, obviously. But like for someone who literally is this influencer of all influencers, he's kind of a pseudo celebrity in that respect.
Yeah.
Like it's really interesting to see how his platform is totally different on YouTube as it is opposed to TikTok. Um,
That's
but
crazy. I would assume somebody as big as him would be able to make that transition, but the fact that he can't even do it just
yeah,
shows how hard it is. Something about starting on TikTok is a downfall.
I kind of agree because I started on YouTube as well, and I
Yeah.
just feel like that was the best decision I could have made
Yeah.
is to
Yeah,
make
because
YouTube
you're
videos.
so well rounded. All of your platforms have, high follower count, high engagement. Your engagement's crazy. And I feel like it has to do with like getting to know someone on YouTube is so different than getting to know somebody I mean, when TikTok started, what was it, a minute? Not
Yeah,
even
not
a
even.
minute, but
And
yeah.
most videos were like within 10 to 20 seconds on
Yeah.
TikTok that would
And
do well.
using songs, not even
Yeah,
talking,
totally.
doing the dance. Yeah.
That's so good. What about comments for you, Lainey? Do you have like moments where comments get to you, or do comments kind of flow on your back? Do comments not bother you, or do they bother you?
I wish I could say I didn't care at all. I kind of went through a phase where I tried to stop like even reading them
Yeah,
because just the same as like people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't like have to read those negative comments that be saying bad things about you."
yeah,
I don't need like to read 100 comments of people praising me or saying I'm doing a good job because it's bias and day to day you're not getting that many compliments. But I do read my comments because I want to engage with my followers, obviously. So it's kind of just like a push and pull of feeling whatever's healthy. But I mean, I'm sure we get so many good comments and then the one bad one sticks with you, like,
yeah.
duh. And I will bring it up to Brandon and he will tell me it's a bot, but also he will walk me through it in a way that's not just like, don't listen to them. That's not true. He will like, oh my gosh, I just wish he could be on here. But he will talk about it with me and be like, okay, so like what if it is true? And how would you
Mm,
feel? How would you change about that? Is it like
mm,
constructive criticism? Is it
right.
just a stupid comment?
Yeah.
And he gets me through everything online. And I think because he's not online, he gets me through everything online.
I love that. I think that's actually super powerful that and I think for anyone who has haters or has people coming at them, like there's a level of a hate comment or a negative comment that you have to look at it and say, okay, is this actually constructive? Like, is there something
Hmm.
that someone is seeing in your content that you could improve on? If you said something that isn't actually true and they called you a effing idiot because you don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
well, okay, thanks, buddy. Like, I appreciate that. So, but maybe you did say something that's just wrong. And
Yeah.
you need to fix it for the future, and like you need to evaluate that. It's important. And same goes for the good comments. Like you said, you don't want to just get wrapped up in this kind of like egotistical bias that you're the greatest ever, because like it's not true. Like we're all humans. None of us are perfect. We're all doing our best. We all make mistakes. We all say things or do things that we probably could improve on. And that's why the videos get better over time. I love
Hmm.
that you have someone like Brandon who like can help you get through that too. And I think I have the same with my partner. And like if you are someone who's like smaller or working things out like with yourself and you get a hate comment, like try to talk with it with someone you trust, a friend, even someone that's like your mom or your dad or like your grandma. It does not matter what it is. Like you
Mhm.
just need to have someone who's like a voice of unbiased reason to help you kind of navigate comments because comments can be one of the biggest reasons why people don't like do what we do because they just don't want to be judged.
Yeah, definitely.
Last time we talked, Lainey, you mentioned a YouTube channel, Paige Wassel. You still watch Paige Wassel? Do you know who that is?
Yes, I love Paige.
Paige?
She's like one of the videos that, or one of the YouTubers that I watch every single video. We like message each other now, so I
I
absolutely love
love
Paige.
that. I love that. You mentioned Paige Wassel 2 years ago, and her channel has grown as well. She's awesome. I subscribe to her now too. Trust me, I do. Her videos are awesome. Are there any other YouTubers that you're spending a lot of time watching these days, whether it's in fashion, not in fashion, whatever it may be? Like what kind of things does the YouTube premium girly watch?
So fashion wise, and we were talking about it, TikTokers making that like move to YouTube.
Yeah.
My one friend, she goes by Adriama on TikTok, but Adrian, she started making YouTube videos, and it is so cool to see someone who she's very talented. So you see her work on TikTok all the time, and it feels like not this is not in a diss, but it feels like a TikTok video. And to see her transition to YouTube, I get inspired because she does things that
Mm,
YouTubers don't do. And just her little editing, she does all fashion videos, but her editing is something that it's really cool to see her bring like TikTok editing to YouTube and not in like a cringy way. I know that sounds bad, but I've literally taken inspo from her videos and
yeah.
applied it to my own. So I love that. But what I watch, like if I'm playing with Lucy and like I can turn something on in the background. I don't know if you remember Gen X Pen.
Oh my goodness.
Do you
Oh
know that
my
name?
goodness. Oh my goodness. Why does
You have
yes.
to know her when you look her up. She was like OG YouTube. She
Oh my goodness. I
streams.
totally forgot about Jen. Oh my goodness.
True. She plays video games and she streams them and she's so bad. And I love her. I love watching her play Sims and like these little movie type video games and just like the weirdest games ever online. I like want a PC now. I want to like start streaming. I told Brandon that and he was like, "Yeah, do it. You should stream video games." And I'm
Do it. I mean, why not?
yeah. I got all the time to sit for 6 hours. That's what
Yeah.
she'll say though. She'll be like, "Oh, I've been streaming for 4 hours." I'm like, "Jen, that's the dream."
I'm literally on her channel right now. I have the video I watched of hers was Among Us. And
Oh, okay.
oh my goodness, this
What
video
a
was
time.
absolutely hilarious. And Among Us was absolutely hilarious to play. I miss
I
that
wish
game.
I played it. I never even
So
got to
fun.
play it. I have no friends that play video games.
We should have invited you because it was during like the pandemic a little bit, and I
Yeah.
remember with Among Us, like we used to like do Zoom calls, literally like what we're doing
Yeah.
right now. We would have our freaking phones, and then like we would like mute ourselves and then unmute ourselves like whenever we needed to talk to each other. It was awesome. Wow, we should have
That's
invited you.
so fun.
Um,
Wow. What a time to be alive. I have my little Nintendo Switch, but like I don't
oh
get to
really?
play with people. Yeah.
What games do you play?
Obviously Animal Crossing was like my go-to, but I have
OG.
never played Stardew Valley and I got that like 6 months ago. Oh my God, obsessed with Stardew.
You're just a star dude. Like you're just a Farmville
I
2.0.
yes, yes, that is me. I have my whole life on Stardew. I was telling Brandon, I was like, my wedding's tomorrow in Stardew. Are you jealous? He's like, what is wrong with you?
Oh, I love it. I love it. I have Stardew on the Switch too, but I have not played it yet. But I really want to. I
You'll get
really
so
want to.
addicted. It's
So,
beautiful.
Age of Rama, is that the first one?
Yes,
Age of
yes.
Rama, Jin, those two are kind of like your like daily or weekly watches. Amazing.
Yeah, weekly with Adrian, but Jen posts a lot. She's feeding me on YouTube.
Jin, yeah, her 2 hours ago, 2 days ago, 7 days ago.
She's crazy.
I didn't realize you're such into like video game content. That's actually really cool. I love gaming too, honestly. Like I wish more people like I don't know. You don't meet a lot of people who are open about gaming. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't play it. I get too nervous, so I love watching people play. I grew up watching my brother play video games and hiding
Mm.
behind the couch when I would get nervous. But yeah.
One of my favorite video game channels is this guy named Hollow. He just does same thing as Jin does in a way. Sometimes it's like more like it's like walkthroughs of games or like he'll just like give his reaction to things while he's playing. It's like it's so fun because like you said, you just don't have time to play the game sometimes, but you want to know like what actually happens in the story. And so like you just watch a YouTuber do it and it's awesome.
Yes. How
Um
do you spell that? H-O-O-W.
Hollow. Hollow.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna look
like
it up.
when I'm looking at Jin, like there are some like some titles are like scary, some are like more like funny, like Grand Theft Auto. Like he does all types, like literally all types that are like ridiculous, more like I guess simple, more complicated. I don't know. He does a good job. He does a
I
good job.
love that. I will not laugh out loud at a video like I will at a video game video.
Same.
What is that?
Oh my gosh, wait. Oh my gosh. I have to show you some after this podcast, I have to send you a video. Literally, it's the funniest clip of Grand Theft Auto. It is so funny. I have to show you. I'll show you later. I'll show you
I
later.
can't wait. I love
Um,
Grand Theft Auto watching it. I'm so horrible at playing.
Same. I've lost all of my touch when it comes to video games, honestly. Anyways, okay.
Sorry, sorry, sorry.
I love it though. I love it, bro. Love it. I love it. I love it. Um, I kind of want to like touch on two more things and then we can kind of I guess we can talk about video games after. But I want to touch on two more things with social media.
Yes.
Um, we talked all about YouTube. We talked a little bit about TikTok. What is your relationship with TikTok in 2024? I'm very curious to hear about this.
Um, I am very open about it on my channel, but I hate TikTok. I hate what it has done. Um, for not even like creators, but also just like the everyday person. I feel like there is nothing that has gotten us addicted to our phones like TikTok, which is just like such a old lady crotchety thing to say. I'm sorry. But even posting on it, it all feels too it's too easy. The things I post on TikTok, I regret them very soon after I post them because the ease of posting, and that's what TikTok wants you to do.
Yeah.
They want you to just snap and post and not think about it. And I like to think about what I'm putting on the internet, and I like when other people think about what they're putting on the internet. I don't need to hear people's like deepest, darkest thoughts broadcasted, or even just the idea of something going viral on TikTok and maybe it goes viral to you, but I've never seen it. And like you come and talk to me about it and you're like, oh, you can't wear those shoes anymore because everybody on TikTok wears them. And I'm like, I've never seen these shoes in my life. Like it
Yeah.
just ruins things. But TikTok, I know that it has done so many amazing things for people and creators. So I don't want to take that away at all. And like, if you like TikTok and you like your TikTok creators, it's like
Yeah.
definitely do that. But this is my opinion on TikTok.
Totally. I think you make a really good point when it comes to that interaction where like a video goes viral and it's like everyone in this part of the world knows about the video, but like there's a
Yeah.
whole even larger group of people that have no idea what you're talking about. And it's this
Mhm.
idea I've heard you talk about like and other people talk about like trends that are only online or being chronically online and trends that are actually in real life because it kind of feels like the metaverse or like it feels like an alternate reality in some level when like
Yeah.
all of these things are going on so and you feel them they're going on so strongly for people but like when you step outside in New York even or when like you're in Chicago or Michigan or Detroit wherever you're at like it's just not the case. Like you see this one, like maybe you see one or two people who are like you can tell what algorithm they're under on TikTok because of how they dress and how they present themselves and how they
Yeah.
talk.
Oh,
But
that's
like
so weird.
it's so crazy, right? But then
Yeah.
like the other side of it is there's normal people, everyone's normal, but there's people who aren't on TikTok, living their lives and living in a totally different way. And I think that that's a really interesting point, like how TikTok has made this kind of like it's deepened our relationship with being online and like the online world, right? Um, but I mean, for me, I kind of I kind of have the same sentiment. I like making YouTube videos more than I like making TikToks and Reels. Like I think that it just is more enjoyable. And for you, I feel like I mean, obviously it seems like you've kind of pressed the brakes pretty heavily on making like TikToks and like Reels and things of that case. Is it safe to say like you're probably not going to be focusing on that kind of side of things for the foreseeable future?
100%. I don't even care. I don't really care to like grow anymore on YouTube anything. TikTok, Instagram, and I feel like a big reason people tell you to post on like TikTok or post reels is like, oh, you're gonna reach more people. And I'm like, I'm fine not reaching anybody else. Like
Yeah.
I'm fine with my community.
Yeah, totally. Totally, totally, totally. It seems like you're in a super healthy place. Obviously, your focus is gonna be your baby girl and like your family and Brandon and like it seems like you're managing all of these things in like a very healthy way. All right. Um, well, okay. So we've been going for about an hour. Tell me, how are we doing on time? Do you need to get somewhere pretty quickly here or
I literally just got a text that she's starting to ask for milk, so I probably have like 15 minutes
okay,
tops.
cool.
Thank you. I
Well,
appreciate that, Drew. You're
of
always
course.
just so kind and thoughtful. I really appreciate it.
Of course, of course. No, I totally get it. I know we've been going for some time and it's like I put an hour and like I don't want to take anyone's time. It's been awesome like getting the chance to talk to you and I would never want to disrespect your time. So I have like a few like final questions that I'll ask and then I'll let you do as mothers do and feed your children. Child.
Important.
Um, let's see. I guess like random questions. What are some of the things that you're up to when you're not making YouTube videos? Obviously, like you just had a baby and that's pretty much taking up a ton of your time, but like is that pretty much like your entire life right now? Just like Lucy and like YouTube and Brandon?
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
That's all I do. If I'm not, yeah, here doing YouTube, it's I'm with Lucy. Um,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. I don't even have anything more to say about that. That is my
That's
life.
fair. That's so fair. It's because I mean it makes sense. Like you don't want to make up some shit that does not exist. Like literally, like you are doing what you were doing. But it's kind of cool to hear you talk about how like you still like when you're like hanging out with Lucy, like you'll pop in a YouTube video or pop on a YouTube video and it's like gaming. Are there any other like because I remember last time we talked you were like reading manga, like you're reading or like
Yeah.
watching anime, and like watching haiku. Are you still watching anime and things like that or
Yeah, I've been more into reading manga because I won't really play anime when I'm like with Lou because normally it's like subtitles. I can't like read subtitles while I'm trying to read Lucy a book or like,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
background music most of the time for me. But manga, I can read that when I co-sleep, which is like, I would never say that on my own channel, but I'm fine saying that here. So she sleeps in bed with me,
Nice.
so I can't like play, movies or things out loud, but I can read manga online. But
Oh.
sometimes I'm like, I have to stop because then I want to buy it and I find them on eBay and it's always like $100 for the first edition. And I'm like, this is worth it to me. So I like have to limit how much manga I read because then it turns into a spending problem.
It really does. Like I was collecting manga and I'd stopped and I like looked at the small collection I had. I didn't have that many books, but I was like, damn, like this is like $10 per volume. Like and there's like 50 volumes here. Like you can do the math. Like it's not cheap.
Yeah. No,
And
you had a good collection. I remember you
yeah.
flexed on me. You showed me your haiku books and I was like pissing myself.
Yeah. It's sad. I don't get to read as much. And I don't actually have them with me here in New York. They're back in Colorado. So I just have like one or two volumes, but I'm gonna be vicariously reading if you're reading. So
You
um
have to. Getting
yeah.
on those janky websites where it's like a pop-up ad every 2 seconds and your phone blows up.
Can't click anything
Yeah.
like
Oh my God, that's me all the time. I download so much stuff on my phone and laptop, and Brandon screams at me. He's like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's fine, except all cookies." I have no idea.
I'm weak right now. That is so funny. Lainey, you have to stop doing that actually
I know. I go through so many
though.
laptops, they all break. It's horrible.
Did you watch Saltburn?
No, that's
No?
not something I feel like I could play in the background while
Yeah.
playing with baby.
Not possible. Not
No.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
I
a good
wanted
idea.
to, but
Eh.
it's not on YouTube Premium, so I couldn't.
That's so funny. Well, I honestly, all the questions I have left are all questions I've already asked. And to be fair, like I I think the conversation has gone like super flowingly well. Lainey, you continue to be someone who I like look to as a creator. I think your, like I said, your authenticity, your just like ability to be super real and then obviously give very nuanced, very like unique fashion advice and approach fashion from an idea standpoint that's very different is really powerful. The last question I want to ask you for the pod before we like plug social medias and YouTubes and things like that is um overarchingly, why do you think, and this can be as simple or as complicated as you want it to be, overarchingly, why do you think that you've been successful on YouTube up until this point?
This is such like a scary question because it kind of feels like I don't know, it's hard to talk about yourself in that way.
Yeah.
But when I was like trying to decide what I wanted to post on YouTube after that one viral video, you if anybody has a viral video, you kind of see what people liked from that video. So a lot of people were talking about my outfits and then I showed them outfits. And then after that video, I'm like, okay, which outfits did they like? What did they not like? And
Yeah.
it's not like you're building a personality of who you're going to be online, but you're like, okay, what parts am I going to show of myself online? So I kind of say it on my channel, but I think what makes my channel different than other fashion YouTubers is that it's for the like everyday person. I'm not out here buying a Chanel purse and telling you like we should all be wearing these designer items or even just like crazy outfits which so many people do and look
Mm,
amazing in and can do those things. I am just here to tell you what we can wear every day while still liking fashion, but not spending too much and
yeah.
not standing out too much. Like, we're just everyday people over here that like fashion.
Yeah, totally. Totally. And that is exactly why like I think so many people love your channel, why I love your channel. It's approachable. And I only wish you the best, Lainey. Where can people find out about your channel and your Instagram and things like that? Where how can they support based on this episode? Like where what are the ads?
Everything is just Laini Ozark. And then also, if you guys want to follow me on Instagram and you don't know, we have these little straw baby tees that Brandon is printing, and so many people are obsessed with. He hand screen
Yes.
prints all of them. We're coming out with a much bigger launch because we sold out in a minute. So
Amazing.
that will be
We didn't
there
even talk
too.
about that. How
It's
does it
okay.
I'll ask you one more question then, okay? How does it feel? I mean, because have you've made product before, haven't you before or no?
I made like merch, but it was, through a company.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to do it through Brandon because it just seemed really cool to me and special, a lot more
That's like a
special.
special collab. That's like the coolest of
Yes.
coolest collabs. Like if you want to work with anyone, it's your freaking boyfriend, Brandon. Like why else?
Yeah.
Like that would be the dream. So but cool. So that went really well. And you guys are making more. I need to get like Lauren a shirt or something. Something.
Yeah, I'll send her one. You just text me what size and I'll send you one.
Perfect.
I don't know if you want to be rocking a baby tee. Maybe I can do it on a normal t-shirt for you.
Maybe, maybe. Lainey, it's been awesome talking to you. I'm gonna let you get to it. Yeah, it's been honestly great to have you on, and hopefully, and over the last 2 years, we didn't make it out to Michigan, but we were close. We were in Chicago. If you're ever out in New York with baby Lucy and
Oh
Brandon for
my
whatever
gosh.
reason, while
Yes.
we're here, I'm not sure how long we'll be here for, but we'll be here for a little bit of time. But if you're ever here, let us know. If we ever make it out there, we would love, absolutely love to meet you and meet Brandon and
Oh.
Lucy and hang out and just break bread with you. Like it would be so fun. So fun.
That'd be awesome.
But all right, well, I'm the way I'm cutting the pods these days, Laney. I'm gonna cut it. Like it's already been cut. Like we're just talking like homies now, okay?
Deal. That was so much fun. You're so easy to talk to, and
Same to
I
you.
don't know. I just really appreciate you even like thinking of me to come back on the podcast.
Of
Super
course.
cool. And
One
it's
of the
fun talking
best
to you.
episodes last year or 2 years ago, and this is already one of the best. So
Oh, please. You don't
All
have to
right.
say that, Drew.
See you, Lainey. We'll talk
Okay,
soon, okay?
bye. Thank you again.
Bye.